So I've had a few comments recently asking pretty much why do I build what I build on Ahri? Which is fair to say because most people go Rod into Liandry's into Riftmaker, or they go Malignance into Horizon, into Zanya's or Rabadon's for their third item. Whereas I will pretty much every single game go Malignance into Lich Bane into Rabadon's for my third item. Now, before I begin to explain why I build something differently than seemingly most other Ahri players, I will first explain why I do not play the Rod of Ages build, almost ever.
Even if there's a fire!
And the first reason is that it's just boring. I don't really like using the Rod of Ages build. You don't really get that strong of a first item spike, instead you're just really hard to kill on your first item spike, and I like having more individual agency, especially in a solo queue game. Going Malignance and getting the MR strip and getting just the extra damage from it is really valuable, especially when you're fighting for objectives. And Rod of Ages just doesn't really give you that power. Now, Rod of Ages isn't something that I'm against going, but nobody really plays Syndra, Orianna, any of those kinds of the scary lane matchups that I would think that I would go Rod of Ages in. Nobody plays them. So there's not really ever a bad matchup where I feel I need to go Rod in. And if I don't need the extra survivability to stay alive, why would I build a defensive item? That just doesn't make any sense. So I might as well go for an offensive items, that way that I can have more individual agency. Now, as for why do I build Lich Bane's second item? And the reason is pretty much that it just gives me a lot of individual kill threat. So the main downside to Lich Bane is that building it is really bad. Aetherwisp is not a good component, Sheen is not a good component on Ahri, and Needlessly Large Rod is just a stat stick of a lot of ability power. It's not that good on its own. And because of that, Lich Bane is a very greedy item. You only want to really build Lich Bane if you're ahead. Now, the reason I build Lich Bane every single game is because I farm way better than everybody else in my elo, especially my lane opponent, every single game. And because of that, I am consistently ahead on my 2-item spike. But also, Malignance plus Lich Bane is a very strong 2-item power spike on Ahri if she's ahead, because it synergizes so well with her Rs, because you really should be running people down and autoing them a lot with your ultimate. It's more than just a positional tool. And the last real big reason that I like running this is Lich Bane has a lot of ability power, so whenever you get your Rabadons, your 3-item spike is also even stronger than you would if you were to go, say, Horizon Focus, which has less ability power than Lich Bane by a decent margin.